How's it going, everybody? Game Reviews here. So, a little bit of context. This recording is done before the upcoming Nintendo Treehouse Live. There was just a lot of things in this Nintendo Switch 2 Direct that I feel like I want to get my thoughts out there, even to an extent. And I'm not sure if my thoughts are going to be contradictory or change necessarily after the Treehouse Live, so I feel like getting my initial thoughts right now would be the best approach. So I figured let's kick things off with Mario Kart World. I, for one, am absolutely loving what I am seeing in this trailer. It's something special to say that not only do we have a Mario Kart game that allows for more players than 8. I believe the count size got changed from 8 to 12, I think, on Double Dash. So we've gone almost 20 years. I'm going to say about 21, 22 years since anything like that changed. And now we just double that size again, which also just opens up the opportunity for so many new characters and everything. They have already confirmed in playable character wise, if you have good eyes or you're like me who went to the Mario Wiki for Mario Kart World, and there's so many great new additions and everything. We got the Goomba. Unfortunately, we had the Piranha Plant, so I don't think that Peter Piranha's gonna be coming back. We got a Pianta though, a Spike, and Spike has really become a really big enemy-focused character, because if I remember correctly, Spike was a playable character, I believe, in Mario Party 9 or 10 as well. And we even got some of the most obscure characters coming out. Like we saw in the trailer, we got Moo Moo. The cow from Moo Moo Meadows is a playable character. And that makes no sense at all, but even then, I think one character that was shown off in the trailers, if you have good enough eyes, that makes even crazier sense than Moo Moo, is the dolphin. The dolphin character from, like, I try to remember really where dolphin is seen from. I know that the dolphin character has been visible in the Mario Party games and everything. I'm actually looking at in more detail, I guess. For me, I've always associated the dolphin with, with Mario Party 8. It was that stage, Goomba's Booty Boardwalk, and that I think was like probably the biggest addition or feature that I've seen of the dolphin. So to see the character come back here as an actual playable character is amazing. But that all being said as well, I'm also concerned. More so with any potential characters outside of the Mario franchise. One of the best things about Mario Kart 8 and subsequently Deluxe, to me anyways, was the addition of these other Nintendo IPs. We got Zelda, we got Splatoon, we got Villager and Isabelle. And that was something that I was hopeful would be carried onward into Mario Kart World. And, do we know this? Whether or not, do we know that we're only going to have Mario characters? Absolutely not. But I hope that the idea of other Nintendo IPs coming into Mario Kart is not just going to be left in Mario Kart 8 and Deluxe. But I think that's really my only negative I have about this game. I think having the features of, instead of each race beginning and ending, and then you go to the next course, in a sense, where it's like a loading screen and everything, it's all one big open world. And that's something I think is great. So you just drive from the first course to the next course, then the third, and finally the fourth. And even though it was a quick glance at what was shown in the trailers. Again, I'm going to provide a link to the wiki down below as well, so you guys can also take a look if you are that interested. Some of these stages are really cool, and another thing I will appreciate about this is this game does not have a split between the retro tracks and the new tracks. It's all blended in. Personally, off the top of my head, looking at the tracks that were shown off in the trailer, if you just, pause frame by frame anyways, if my own headspace is kind of like telling me correctly, the only ones I can think of actually are 3 of them. DK Pass from, I believe, Nintendo DS. That one's coming back. And Starview Peak, I believe, was in 3DS. And that was actually one of my favorite stages in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Because I absolutely love Galaxy, so seeing the Lumas coming back again in this view is really cool. And then Sky High Sunday is the last one, because I don't know where that originated from. I think it might have been a tour stage at first. And yeah, the 8 Deluxe stage was great and everything. It just also felt a little floaty. So hopefully with the new physics and new ideas that are being presented in this new game is going to make Sky High Sunday that much better. And then I just want to talk about one last thing as well, even though, we have so much of a trailer and everything about this. Oh, sorry, 2 things. The first thing being just the level of detail for the characters' reactions and emotional things, and just I almost said reactions again, because it's something that I'm very happy to see Nintendo fully embracing now. I think the first time we really saw like the heavy level of reactions and everything, funny enough, was, I believe, Luigi's Mansion. Even on the GameCube, you saw like Luigi shaking and everything, and before he even got the poltergeist, screaming around, shouting Mario, Mario, and just visibly scared. And there really haven't been that many Mario games since, necessarily, outside of, off the top of my head. You have like Odyssey, and Luigi's Mansion 3 was really well detailed in that sense. And I really hope after Super Mario Bros. Wonder, it is something that we're going to be seeing in Nintendo games moving forward, is that level of emotion and everything, because the level of reactions from all these characters, to me, is really reminiscent of what was started in Mario Bros. Wonder. And just one last thing, I'm very curious about how the character costumes work. Looking at the trailer and everything, I am not sure if the costumes that you transform into are stage specific, and you get this, this hamburger item looking through this burger item, which might be the Yoshi burger from the icon that we saw in, I believe it would be Mario Circuit then. Mario Bros. Circuit, excuse me. And I don't know if it's just going to be an aesthetic thing, or it's going to be like an actual gameplay change where, hey, you get hits with an item, for example, and you lose this costume. I really don't know. And personally for me, one of my hopes for this game, I guess, is, since this game is open world, I think it would be awesome to play this game, travel around the open world, and just find these costumes all over the place. Encourage that idea of exploration, because I am convinced that the open world aspect, to just drive around and take pictures with friends, isn't something that I think Nintendo only has in store in this open world sense. There's definitely something more there. And whether we find out about it in this upcoming Nintendo Treehouse Live, or we find out in the eventual Mario Kart World Direct for on April 17th, which I'm planning on having this out before the Direct anyways, because I think if anything's gonna butcher or make me question or change anything, it would be that Direct. I will say that. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff here. I know I said one last thing, but hey, you know, I'm going off unscripted on this. I think this is my one last thing I want to say though, is the features that are introduced in this game series, in this game specifically, aside from the Grand Prix. You also have, what was that, Knockout Challenge? I think was the other big one. So that's a question as well. I don't know if it's only set number of courses, but okay, alright, sorry, I'm looking at the wiki right now. It is a set number of courses. It's 6 different courses and everything, and based on what I'm comparing between the Knockout Tour and the Grand Prix, and this is something I'm wishful thinking about, is this an option for us to even make our own courses, our own custom-made Grand Prix maybe? Because I'm comparing the Knockout Tour to the Grand Prix right now that's listed, and either tracks are not necessarily listed on the cups because we don't know what cups they fall under, or it could be something that we have a specific courses maybe for Knockout Tour and the Grand Prix, and I guess that's just another example as well, is that you can see this in the wiki. There's in one of the rallies, 2 of the courses are flip-flopped. So I don't know if a custom Grand Prix, custom Knockout Tours are a thing as well. Because again, if this entirety of it all is supposed to be open world, I think that would be great to allow players to just build their own Grand Prix. You know, going online instead of selecting a single course, having the option to make Grand Prix, have the option to make a Knockout Tour, and have that be picked as the quote-unquote race and everything. That's another question as well, which I hope is more further expanded upon in the Direct. But yeah, I think that's really all of my own initial thoughts and everything about this game. And I don't know about you guys, but I am very excited for this. The price points, I'm just gonna say, is a little crazy, and that's all I'm gonna say about it. But aside from that, this game looks very promising and looks like the true next step in the evolution of Mario Kart games. So, with all that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.